It's my pleasure now to introduce Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murill. Attorney General Murill has a distinguished career in public service and has been at the forefront of defending Louisiana's strong pro-life laws and protecting women and unborn children. She'll be testifying today about how the removal of the in-person dispensing requirement for mifepristone has led to horrific instances of coercion and health risk for women, and will walk us through the actions she is taking to hold those seeking to circumvent Louisiana's laws accountable. Attorney General Murill, Louisiana is lucky to have you as our top law enforcement officer. I look forward to hearing your testimony, but before you begin, I'd like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a letter from 17 state attorney generals in support of Attorney General Murill's testimony and advocating against the use of shield laws in connection with the chemical abortion drugs. Without objection, it's approved. Senator, Ms. Murill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. The United States Supreme Court returned the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization. That landmark decision empowered Louisiana and every other state to decide how to address the issue of abortion. Louisiana made its overwhelmingly bipartisan decision and reaffirmed its long-standing policy to the right to life of every child, born and unborn. Louisiana's protections include a prohibition on abortion, quote, by means of an abortion-inducing drug, and it likewise prohibits aiding and abetting and facilitating in the procurement, distribution, or use of such drugs. That should have been the end of it. But the Biden administration and its pro-abortion partners had long been planning to circumvent Dobbs. After Dobbs, the Biden FDA promptly announced that it would remove the in-person dispensing requirement for abortion pills, thereby authorizing mifepristone to be shipped nationwide by mail. This was not a medically informed decision, but a purely political one. It was not even a legal one, because federal law prohibits distribution by mail. President Biden recommitted to, quote, doing everything in his power to protect access to abortion. To that end, he issued multiple executive orders and, ignoring federal law, directed HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra to identify, quote, ways to ensure that mifepristone is as widely accessible as possible, including when prescribed through telehealth and sent by mail. This culminated in the FDA revising the risk evaluation and mitigation strategy, REMS protocols, in 2023 for mifepristone, removing data-driven restrictions that previously required in-person dispensing, which for health and safety reasons mandated mifepristone, this is a quote, be dispensed only in certain healthcare settings, specifically clinics, medical offices, and hospitals. Its elimination facilitated widespread dispensing of mifepristone through the mail. This is medically dangerous, unethical, and illegal in Louisiana and many states, as well as federal law. The Biden REMS revision worked as planned. Aid Access, perhaps most well-known among the illegal abortion pill distribution facilitators, unabashedly credits removal of the in-person dispensing for its ability to mail FDA-approved abortion drugs, quote, to people in all 50 states, even those that have banned it, unquote. To be clear, removing these protections under REMS did not and could not legalize distribution of these pills by mail. So the Biden administration's objectives, as directly stated by the president, were to facilitate illegal drug distribution. Indeed, abortions have tragically increased in Louisiana and other pro-life states since Dobbs because of the Biden administration's actions. Data from pro-abortion advocacy groups indicate 900 illegal abortions occurred per month in Louisiana in 2025. That trend coincides with national reported data. Behind these statistics is a woman or girl injured by this dangerous, illegal, and medically unsupervised distribution and use of abortion pills. A few examples from Louisiana include a woman who was coerced to abort her wanted baby, multiple elements of that by partners or parents, A pregnant woman who took pills that Margaret Carpenter from New York mailed to her at 20 weeks gestation and ended up in the emergency room while her baby was left in a dumpster. Another 20-week-old pregnancy, the baby was found recovered in a toilet. Activists have created an organized and dangerous scheme of drug dealing protected by politicians. These are not medical standards. There are no medical standards in any state that sanction such irresponsible actions by a medical professional. And political preferences do not justify placing women at such medical risk. These are not medical professionals, and this is not health care. Shield laws in some states protect providers from liability and effectively nullify laws in our states. Their purpose is to make it more difficult to sue or prosecute individuals in those states where abortion drugs are prohibited. They also make it more difficult for women coerced into abortion, taking abortion drugs, to bring their abusers to justice. The Biden FDA's removal of in-person dispensing requirements had its intended effect. But for the 2023 REMS, activists could not blanket our states, like Louisiana, with mifepristone by mail. The 2023 REMS must be vacated. Until then, Louisiana's efforts to protect mothers and their unborn children and to hold out-of-state abortion pill traffickers accountable for the harm they inflict will be all but futile. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.